Hey guys, my name is Sediak and welcome back to another episode of Worldwide Rush, because there's been a brand new update which has now implemented AI as well as two brand new countries that we could eventually expand to from the United Kingdom. You guys seem to love the little mini-series that we did, so I thought we'll come back for another episode as this game continues to update. And if you want to see more of it when the game eventually comes out into its full potential, then make sure you smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you are new around here so you do get notified when more episodes do come out. Now, what we're going to do in this episode is we're going to start a brand new company. We're going to go classic mode, and you can now see we've got competition amount and difficulty. So what's the most amount of AI we could potentially have? We could have up to 3. Okay, wow, that's interesting. Very good, very good. And then we're going to keep everything else pretty much default. I don't want to change anything because you never know what's going to happen. Let's name our company the Fools Transport Inc. There we go. And we'll give ourselves a nice little color scheme. I'm going to go yellow and black this time around. And then what would look pretty good? I want to strike fear into the hearts of these AI to know that they should not mess with me. We should go with the sloth looking thing. There we go. They're going to be scared of me now, boys. And let's start. So we're ready to do this then. We're going to pause the game. It's already paused anyway. And these are the brand new countries. We've got the Netherlands and we've also got Denmark to which we can work with. But seeing as the UK is obviously a lot bigger and a lot more places to go, we'll start here. Now, I don't know anything about this new AI update. I don't exactly know how it's going to work. But all I'm going to do is take what I learned in the previous episodes, apply it to this and see how we can get along. Now, I know full fact that obviously the bigger the transportation, the more money you're going to make. And what I mean by that is the more passengers we can carry, the more money will be in our bank. So I don't know whether to start with vehicles or go straight in for the kill and do buses. Trains. I'm not too sure. It all depends on how expensive it is. There is now new stuff we can also do. We can now actually finalize the roads. We can freeform them. We can actually build them how we want to do it. And we can also delete roads as well that we don't want to keep. Oh, there is a bunch of new stuff in this update, which I'm really excited to check out. So I've got it paused so the AI doesn't build themselves. I'm not sure where they're going to establish themselves or what they're going to do. It's going to be interesting. So we need to first then start by completing our first hub. Now, if I can complete all the goals, we do get extra bonus money as we progress. And I think because London's an interesting one. It has a seaport, so we can create boat connections from it, which might be handy in going over to the Netherlands. It's also going to demand quite a lot, and they want to go to Liverpool, Oxford, and Dublin. Now, Birmingham wants to go to London, Oxford wants to go to London, Bristol wants to go to London, so does Nottingham, Manchester doesn't, Liverpool actually doesn't either, but there's a lot of places that want to go to London. At the minute, not a lot of Londoners want to go anywhere else apart from Dublin, so I think we'll go slightly against the tide. Now, the other companies in question are all here. We're all worth nothing at the moment. So we'll eventually start buying stuff. So we've got the Netherlands bus service. So does that mean we're going to see one spawn in the Netherlands? One in Ireland. And then we've got the Baltic transport. Is that, I mean, are we classing this as the Baltic area? I'm not too sure. I'm not sure if they're actually going to spawn in those locations or whether they're just going to pop up randomly. I'm not too sure. So if I was to build a train run, and let's say I went from London to Oxford to Birmingham, for example, and I selected that I wanted a train. A train's going to cost me 740,000. Right, so as long as I got 740,000 available, we should be all good. So I'm going to build my own train run. London to Oxford to Birmingham. That is actually not that expensive. Now, what if I wanted to go to Nottingham or scrap Nottingham? Hold on, can I do that again? Right, we're going to go. Right, clear all this. London. Oi, get here. London, Oxford, Birmingham, Manchester, Newcastle. Now, that's a long train line, and then we'll build off this to go in different directions. That is a super long train line right there, but I think that could be very, very beneficial for us. So we'll start there then. We'll have a secondary line that will eventually cut across and go in different directions. Or do I incorporate another place within it? Like, I could add Nottingham on it. See how I can fine-tune, by the way? This is pretty sweet, isn't it? I could add Nottingham in, but that looks kind of weird then at that point, doesn't it? Let me get rid of that there. Can I get rid of that node? Yes. That's going to cost me 800,000 to build. I'm going to create a train line. And then we're going to go and do London, Oxford, Birmingham, Manchester, Newcastle. Throw a train then on it, which will utilize this, the cheaper one of the two. 1.3 million. I literally just about have enough cash. I have my first route. So that one I'll go back and forth. Oh my goodness me, the AI is already here. The AI is already here. So yeah, one of them is in the Netherlands. One is in Ireland by the looks of it. And the other one, I'm not quite sure where they're going. Okay, they're going from Dublin. I think there might be two in Dublin, or there might be another one who spawned in with me. I'm not too sure. But I now need to make cash. So hopefully my train route going back and forth will now start making me money, which it is now slowly starting to do. Not huge amounts of cash right now. Oh, actually, you know what? It actually is pretty decent. It is pretty decent. We've gained trust in the United Kingdom and trust in Birmingham. So now we've got a main train line. I think we'll bring additional travelers to the cities on our train line. So we need to create 3 additional routes and also transport 300 passengers. So I think we'll start then Manchester. Do they want to go to Liverpool, or does Liverpool want to go to Manchester? Yes. Sheffield. Okay, we'll do a vehicle route from... Oh, but then again, my hub's in London. So I think I might have to actually start in London. Okay, so does Cambridge want to come to London? Cambridge wants to come to London, so we'll go London to Cambridge via road vehicles. So we'll go with you. Build the road and create the line. And then fast forward now. So we'll make a few pennies on the road line as they go back and forth. I won't say much, but it all adds up, right? Making the big dollar bills on the train line, more importantly. Okay, we've got enough now to maybe extend it. So Brighton to London will be my next route. So London to Brighton on the vehicle route. Build the road. And I need a few more pennies to be able to buy the vehicle. So give that a second. I need 46 big ones. There we go. Another vehicle route now underway. And I just need one more line that I need to create. Like I said, London's got the hub, so I have to create the lines from it. If I do it from Birmingham to somewhere else, like if I went from Birmingham to Nottingham, I have to create the hub. See what I mean? It's got 500,000. I did road because I need to build a hub in it. So Canterbury wants to also go to London as well. So that'll be my next port of call. So get rid of these here. And it is quite expensive to build the road. So we'll fast forward. Does Dover want to go to London? Yes, I might set up a back and forth here. So London, Canterbury, Dover. So I can build one road, I can build the second road. I just can't afford the vehicle on this yet. Now I can. There we go. We've now officially got our routes set up. So they all lead to London, which hopefully gives a lot of transporters in London wanting to travel. So it fills the train up. The AI... Oh, the AI, I think, started in Wales. One's in Ireland, and obviously one's in the Netherlands. And they're already starting to build roads as well, which is getting a little bit crazy. I got to keep my eyes peeled on what these guys are up to. So with that said, making money on all the lines. Very good. My train line's doing really well. So if I can fulfill these demands, I get paid. Right, so fulfill the London demand. They want to go to Dublin, which would mean building a plane, which bit difficult at the minute. Connecting up to Liverpool is a big one. Maybe that can then be the crossover to Dublin. But I'm thinking I might need to turn one of these places into a bit of a hub. Now, I'm not going to be able to kind of complete those demands, am I? No, I just don't have the capacity to do so. I've completed the urban transit goal, though. Connect Hull to London and Truro to London. That's now wild. You're asking me to now do wild things. But I could run a line to Bristol and then coming down, down, and down. What would that be like in terms of from Oxford? Oxford to Bristol to Exeter to Plymouth to Truro. Not having a bridge, so it goes this way. And 600,000 we'll need. Damn. Okay. Okay. Now if I scrap that and instead I look at connecting London to Hull via boats. London to Hull. How much is a ship? It's 300,000 for a capacity of 8. Was that a ship I selected? That was a plane, wasn't it? Yeah. 20. There we go. And then create that. Nothing else was needed to be done. I get a bit of bonus money, which is not enough to pay for what I just had. But it all adds up. And I can do the same to Truro, but I don't have enough cash for that. So ship's now on the way. I don't think it'll be enough to kind of get the extra bonus money on top. There's not enough time available, I don't think. But, oh no, it was. Okay, it actually was. So that actually is a benefit. Okay, very good, very good, very good. I do want to create that line down there, though. So connecting Swansea up to London, Peterborough up to London. I think that Cambridge line going back and forth will be the best way to do it. So build a road to Cambridge, like that, create. Now this here, I'm going to actually delete view and then rejig you. So via vehicle, road vehicle, and create, that completes that. London to Dublin, that would be a plane that I would need to implement. Oh, do I do a plane journey? How expensive is a plane? Oh, it's affordable. Right, I've gone all out right now. I'm playing to the goals just so I can get some cash to extend my train line. So fast forward that then. That should give me the benefit and bonuses of some of that stuff. As well as also growing London and adding more passengers onto my existing vehicle routes. So the plane route's making money. The train route is doing fantastic. And all my vehicle routes are making big dollar bills as well. So let's look at this. Now that's going to cost me 500,000 to build this route, which I don't think I'll be that far off from being able to. How have I lost trust in Birmingham? Right, create this. Bam. Right, I've now created this big long line, which should hopefully now solve a lot of issues. I want to create a line from London to Oxford to Bristol to Exeter to Plymouth to Truro, which throwing a train on this is going to cost me 889,000. So let's see how much we can earn and how quickly we can get the money to be able to do that, which I don't think it'll take that long. It's a little bit of a wait. A little bit of a wait right now. And we should be able to drop that train on shortly. There we go. So that additional train will now start making me money. That's completed a few goals. We're on fire right now with our train networks. This is good stuff. Real good stuff. So how are we doing compared to our competitors? Well, we are not the worst valued company, but we are making a decent amount of cash. Now, the other companies, we can eventually buy them out, but like they're in, like this one's in Bangor right now. I could, what is this? Destination. build a hub. Can I do anything with the vehicles that they have? I think I might need to like buy the company out to a certain degree. But Swansea to London, Cardiff to London, Poole to London. So extending off the Bristol line to Cardiff, Swansea would be pretty handy as well. And I want to go down to Poole as well. Right. See, this is where the train lines can now extend and expand off. This is what now is going to make us have a really, really integrated transportation network. So, it might be ideal as well to maybe think about building an additional hub somewhere else. As at the minute, it all comes to London. But I'm thinking that it might be pretty handy if I did Brighton to Nottingham line coming through London as a train route maybe. Or do I extend into Wales? I think the Wales extension might be a really cool, interesting idea. To St. David. They have to go across on a bridge though. Which... Oh, no. Clear you. Let me start that again. Alright, bam, bam, bam. Well, bam. Right, clear. Try that again. See, now I can go around it, which is a lot cheaper. Or you build it like that. I think that's like a land bridge then almost. And it's a lot cheaper to do it like that. Now I just need to save up the money to do a line from London to Oxford to Bristol to Cardiff to Swansea to St. David. So there's a lot of Crisscrossing happening in Bristol and Oxford then at this point. So to buy a train, I need 900,000. 938,000 big ones I then need. Which it shouldn't take me long because we are gaining quite a bit of cash right now from our existing lines. The only thing I would then do is maybe add more trains to them lines. But can I get this done pretty quickly? Alright, St. David's one, gold coming in shortly in a minute. Which I've just now bought that train for it. That now solves a lot of issues and should also hopefully make me a lot of money in return. Good stuff. Right. Additional connections. Fantastic. Now I want to extend to Norwich. So thinking about building that line would be a really good idea. I like that we've incorporated existing networks. That's really handy. That's really handy. But we also now need to start thinking about ways in which we can progress elsewhere. So how much my vehicle routes making? They're making good cash, but I'm now going to get rid of them. Especially these ones going back and forth to Brighton, because we're going to incorporate this on a train line next. So if I delete the road, that's now all gone. Do a train line from Brighton to London to Cambridge to Norwich. Right, I'm thinking of ways in which I can make this work a bit better. So I can then do a line from Norwich to Peterborough to Birmingham. That could then come down to Cardiff. Or I incorporate Peterborough on this. Right, clear that. Well, if I did Brighton to London to Cambridge to Peterborough to Nottingham to Sheffield to Manchester, because I can then incorporate another line that comes down and goes that way. Ah, that could be the crisscross to Manchester. Right, let me start that again. Right, I have a really good way in which I can do this. And if I connect this into here... Right, okay. So if I could have a secondary line that goes from Manchester to Sheffield to Nottingham to Peterborough to Norwich. So it crosses them 2 lines and 2 new cities. No, Liverpool to Manchester. That way. So we're integrating lines crisscrossing one another. Right, I need 880,000 to build this. So I'm kind of building to it, but I'm not building to it in many ways. And then I need to go from Brighton to London to Cambridge to Peterborough to Nottingham to Sheffield to Leeds to Newcastle. And of course that would require a million big ones. But this is going to change a lot of stuff and it should make me a lot of money. Now I've only got 1 train on all my other lines. You know, it is what it is. We can almost afford this, which we've now just done. And I've got to be careful of not falling behind in valuation, which I'm trying to get to 2nd place, but this guy right now in Ireland is killing it. Really is killing the game. How's my shipping route doing? Oh, it's a new year, so I don't really know. So that route's now set up. I'm going to extend that line down here as well eventually. So I've got to get Norwich set up to London. But I can do that via an alternative route. Brighton to London bonus is now underway, hopefully. And just the extensions really help us out. So we've gone full on the train network right now. And if I then create another train line route, so if I go Liverpool to Manchester to Sheffield. Actually, let me build Liverpool to Manchester to Sheffield. That should be via train routes, and then I build another line from Peterborough to Norwich. So if I build it like that, theoretically I can then do a line bam 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 on a train, and that uses all of that, so that's minimal addition. Oh, that's 1.8. Why is that 1.8? Oh, because I need to build a new hub. Right. I think we do the hub in Manchester. Right, okay. See, because we don't go to London, we lose out on that. But I think the hub will make a lot of sense being in Manchester. So if I build the hub here, and then I set up the line, it's only going to cost me over $1 million. So just wait for that pennies to come in. Bam. That line is then set up. And we're integrating and, you know, incorporating existing routes, an existing line, but extending and having additional lines onto it. This is quite smart. This is quite smart. So where am I in my valuations? I'm now the 2nd most valuable company, so there's 2 doing worse than me. I just got to catch up to that island transportation company. So fulfill London's demand. London, one that goes to Aberystwyth. So I could incorporate a line from Bangor to Aberystwyth, Birmingham, Peterborough, Norwich. That's a way in which I can you know, crisscross all of those, or I make that Liverpool line come in, or I do an additional line that goes... Oh, I want to sort these guys out. Let me get rid of these now. So delete that. Delete you and delete you. Remove. I might incorporate a line from Dover down that way. Right, this will probably be super expensive now. So bam, bam, bam. Alright. Fairly cheap to build that. And then if I went from Birmingham to Aberystwyth to Bangor, we need a hub, don't we, right? So no, London will go through there, so London will be the hub. So if I create a line, bam, 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 did it via train, it wouldn't cost me that much. I would just need to build the rails, which I don't have the money for yet. So I might just allow them to build how they want to build just to save a few pennies. So build you, and then build you. I just need $1 million to buy the train. And that's all I then need. And I have a very extensive train network across the UK then at this point. It makes you want to do a little bit of a dance, boys. It really makes you want to do a little bit of a dance. Right, build you. You're now incorporated, so a lot of these cities can now go anywhere they want because they're part of the line. They just switch and twist and turn on something else. Now, I'm still ahead, right? Yes, but the Baltic company is catching up. Now, I can't buy them out. Is this the Baltic company, by the way? That's Island Transport. Where's the Baltic company? Oh, no. Right, you are Netherlands. You are the Netherlands. Where's the Baltic company then? Oh, is it this dark purple? It's the dark purple ones. They're doing planes. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Now, I'm going to do a route. I'm going to do a shipping route now. So, Truro to Poole to Brighton to Dover. Do it via ships. So none of them have a hub, so I'm going to have to build a hub on these. Unless I take them to London as well. That solves a lot of pain and torment. Duplicate a route for another vehicle. Let me just create you. So just getting another route that connects up Poole to it, so they're part of it. And a shipping route goes back and forth, and then we obviously, you know, can make some additional cash money moolah. So things are looking good for us right now. They're on the up, but I feel like we need to do some rapid, and I mean rapid expansions. I feel like that is something that we're going to have to now focus on if I want to make sure that I can try and catch up the Island company. Now, they're making great headways in Ireland and crossing all the waterfronts and whatnot. So we need to start thinking about focusing on expanding in that direction. One of my goals is to go to Dundalk right now, if that's how you pronounce it. So I might create some additional lines. So I'm going to do a line from Dundalk to Liverpool and back on a water taxi. But Liverpool doesn't have the hub, though, does it? Right, we have to build a hub in Liverpool. And make it a port. So, going back and forth there, I need a few more pennies to be able to do it. Yeah, I want to create that route. I know there's no travellers between it, but the travellers are going to onward destinations, which is the important part. But that gives me a foot in the door right now. I've done Dundalk, and we've also got a plane route going to Dublin. So now we've got 2 connections here. Right. Is there a way in which I can add an additional connection on? So if we kept it to them 2 and only them 2, we're now thinking about expanding into Ireland. Right. Building hubs in other places will be a big help as well. So if I turned... I'm going to need a hub in Ireland, by the way. So if I start in Waterford, I know this is a bit counterintuitive. Oh, I need trust in Ireland before I can do it. Oh, okay. Okay. Do I have trust in... I think I have trust in Dublin, so I'm going to have to build the hub in Dublin instead. Yeah, okay, that's a big one, isn't it? That's a big move I've got to then try and accomplish. Right, Brighton to Manchester. I mean, they'll get there via connections, if I'm being completely honest with you. Is there a lot of people waiting, by the way? I wonder if I eventually have to then start doing alternative route connections. Right. We've got to think about this now. We're going to have a big think about this right now. We need to move into Ireland and take some money away from the Island Transportation Company. We are making more money than anybody else. So if I create my hub in Dublin. So... Oh, hold on. The hub in Dublin is owned by Island Company. So to buy out the hub, I need 5 million. Right, okay, that's not going to work then, is it? They've got a hub in Dundalk right now. Oh, well, okay, right, this is now mental. This is even crazier. Right, let's think about this. So I'm going to have to pick somewhere else. Waterford doesn't have a hub right now. And neither does Cork. I don't have their trust, so I need to get their trust. So I can do that just simply by maybe creating some routes to these places to then be able to build a hub, which means I need to build a hub somewhere over here. Now, Bristol's probably the better one because we have multiple lines connecting to it, so we'll build a hub in Bristol. We'll then create a line from Bristol to Waterford. Do it via ship, which I'll go for a pretty decent sized capacity ship. And create you. Now, I know there's no travellers between the two cities, but we'll still make money because people want to get there. But I'm trying to build trust in Waterford right now, which is going to allow me to then turn it into a hub for Ireland. See, this is where the strategy now lies in with the AI. So I've just got to slowly build that up. Slowly build it up. And in the meantime, I'm earning cash in the background. That's what I'm doing. So am I able to build a hub yet? Not enough trust yet. We are making progression. It's very slow progression. Can I build it now? Still no. I might have to fill this completely up. Is what I've got to do. Right, that's something that we're going to have to work on in the background, right? Pretty much. Pretty much. So... Right, Belfast. Can I build a hub in Belfast? See, I could build a hub in Belfast, but that's part of the UK. That's Northern Ireland. Right. And how are we looking over here? That Baltic company is definitely catching me up dramatically. Now, I can create additional lines from Waterford, but it's not a hub yet. Like, if I was to create a route, and if I was to do trains, I can't create because there's no rail line linkage yet. But I can build the rail line, but I can't create that because the route's invalid because I don't have a hub. You know what I mean? Now, Cork doesn't have one. This is where I'm going to get stuck. This is where I'm going to get stuck right now. Now, let me create a line from Waterford to Liverpool via ships. And that then should give me at least ×2 stuff then. So my trust is only 15%. I don't have the majority. Right, I don't have the majority right now. I'm on the way. But I reckon if I then flew a line in from Waterford to London with planes... Okay, it all makes me money, but it's all gearing me up to gain more trust away from the island transportation company, which I'm 45%. This is the highest I've got it to. 47, 44. Right. Oh, bam. I got my hub. I got my hub in Ireland. Right. This is where the now fun begins. So, clear all that. Waterford to Kilkenny to Dublin to Dundalk to Belfast is going to end up costing me an arm and a leg, but it doesn't matter now. It doesn't matter now. I've got my foot in the door. So Cork, Waterford, Kilkenny, Dublin, Dundalk, Belfast. Throw a train on it. And create for 2 million. I need to buy a new hub in Cork. Why? I've got the one in Waterford. Have I not? Oh wait, did I not get the hub? Right. It is what it is, just for the sake of having it. And now, we're in Ireland. We're in Ireland, and we have routes that go all different places. So this is now all about trying to rapidly increase my value. So I've just spent a lot of money because of the investments. That Baltic company has managed to overtake me. Yikes. Things are changing right now, aren't they, boys? Things are changing. So if I could kick out other companies and take over their hubs, then that kind of technically ruins some of their routes. That's a little bit of sabotage, isn't it? Now, I've got to slow down the island company, but also that Baltic one is now just kicking it up a notch. If I can buy out the Dublin thing here, I need to have at least 55% trust in Dublin, which at the minute it is 21. So we need to figure some stuff out then. So if I create a route from Dublin to Bristol via boat, so I'm kind of trying to think right now of ways in which I can add a little bit more trust. I should have a shipping route from Dublin to Liverpool, right? I don't think I do. Alright, there we go. So that should, theoretically right now, gain me a little bit more trust in Dublin. I'm going to sabotage Dublin, by the way. I'm going to see if I can sabotage them. But I will need a lot more trust there first. A lot more trust yet. So, this is tough now, isn't it? Right. Let's figure this one out. So, build a hub in Carlisle. Douglas, I'm going to have to start spending money on hubs. That's the only downside. That's the only downside here. We got an indirect problem to Newcastle. I might add on that line London to Newcastle. I'm going to buy a second train on there just to kind of speed things up slightly. That could help us out. Right, anyway, let's focus on Dublin right now. So there's a lot of traffic to Ireland, to Plymouth. Oh, okay, there's a lot of traffic that wants to go to Plymouth. I could fly there, maybe? To Plymouth? So planes... Route's invalid, so I'm going to have to add... You're joking me. The island company's in Plymouth now. Right. We've got the hub here, so what if I fly from Bristol? So fly from Bristol to Dublin. A more direct route, might I add. To other places is what I'm trying to say. And then Dublin, I'm now 45. Oh, we're getting close. We are going to buy them out. But I got to be a bit careful at the same time. Right, my hubs. Is this where I view hubs? This is cities, countries, companies. That Netherlands bus service is doing shockingly bad, but things are changing. My hubs right now, Liverpool, Manchester, London, Bristol. Manchester. Have we got a plane route to Manchester? To Dublin? It's all about just trying to get the... Oh, pause. I've got the trust. I've got the trust, but I need 5.7 million. Right. 5.7 milli. It's going to hurt if they've got a lot of routes that are, like, reliant on having Dublin as their hub. It's going to hurt them, but Dublin's my main line. It's going to be my main hub to connect to a bunch of the Irish towns and cities. Right, I need 6.3 million now. So I've got the money. I can now buy them out. Are we ready for this? Are we ready? Dublin is now my hub. And I'm hoping that's now hurt the Irish company. Which also now means I can create a bunch of stuff coming from Dublin to go elsewhere. For example, I can now create shipping routes that go from Dublin to St. David. Keep it going, keep it going. I can go to Bangor. I can now fly places, more importantly. So where do people in Dublin want to go? I mean, we've covered all the travel aspect of Dublin pretty well. But Limerick is one. Where's Limerick? Oh, here. Right. This is where we now create additional train routes. So new rail lines. So Dublin. We'll go to Mullingar, to Limerick, to Tralee. And create. I'll also do Mullingar to Galway to Mullingar. And then we'll go... Is it Sligo? Is that how you pronounce it? So, oh, no, hang on, I'm on the wrong thing here, aren't I? Mullingar to here. So that's 3 train routes I'm going to build leading to Dublin. Okay? All routes to Dublin, boys. All routes to Dublin. So, get rid of all this. So, we'll go Dublin, Mullingar, Limerick, Tralee. And we'll go trains, and we'll throw you on, and we can create you. So, fast forward a second, get a few more pennies in the bank. New route, Dublin, Mullingar to Galway. Fast forward you, get a few more pennies in the bank now. And then we'll go Dublin, Mullingar, and same train, and create you. So that's 3 new routes, and that covers the vastness of... Oh, Derry, London, Derry. How did I miss you off? Yeah, we'll build that. But I need pennies in the bank again. Now, where does that put us now? We're losing trust here, there, and everywhere. We're gaining trust here, there, and everywhere. But is that now benefiting us? So, Island Transportation Company's got 11 hubs. The more hubs I can take away, the better. But that's put me well and truly inside of Ireland. How amazing is that right now? Right, get enough cash coming in to where I'll create another line from Londonderry to Dublin. On the train reach, right, yet can't afford. There we go. There we go. Right, we're all over Ireland and Northern Ireland right now. Completely all over it. Which means Dublin is going to be super busy. Now, we did do the plane route to Newcastle, right? I don't think we did. So we'll set up a route from Dublin to Newcastle via plane. And we'll try and get this 1.3 million one. Right, wait for the pennies to come into the bank. There we go. And this is so dramatic right now, what we're doing. So dramatic. But I think this is going to allow us to compete a bit more. Now, if I do it by company value, we're now the third, best one. The Baltic company I'm not happy with. They have somehow come in and managed to do a lot of damage in the UK. They're doing a lot of plane stuff. They are doing a lot of plane stuff right now. We're losing a lot of money on the shipping front, though. And I think that's... Now, since we've got our foot in the door... Wait, did I gain all of the transportation networks of the company's hub that I purchased? I think so. So I'm going to get rid of the least profitable ones. Right, we'll get rid of the least profitable ones because we're now going there via train, aren't we? Waterfront to Liverpool, we can get rid of you. Bristol to Dublin, we can now get rid of you. So stuff that's losing me money, we don't need anymore. Right, very good. Very good, very good, very good. Dublin to Bristol we'll keep. Waterford to London. Oh, that's the plane route, isn't it? Yeah. Right, we'll keep those. That's okay. That's okay. So... my company value then. Our balance is increasing a lot. But I don't feel like we're catching up the Baltic company that much. Well, I've got a lot of money right now, so I can maybe now start seeing who currently has areas that I'm in. And how... that's why I'm losing trust in some places. Because the other companies own them. Right, okay. Okay, this is the game plan now. We're going to have to start getting rid of the AI. Now, the Netherlands Bus Company, I could buy them out for 14 million. I do have the cash to do it. But is it worth it to kind of take that on? I don't think so. I don't ultimately think so. I think the focus will be to kind of... you know what the focus is going to be here, boys? Get Birmingham back. I want to see if I can then get my hub back in Birmingham, which I need at least 55%. That will be my focus if we come back for another episode. So I think we'll pause it here, right? This is amazing. This adds a whole different level with AI. If you guys want to see another episode, please smash the like button down below. Subscribe if you are new around here. But we will come back for another episode, and my main focus will be, we've got Ireland, so I think we're all good there. We've got a pretty good extensive network in England. The only places we're then missing to get connected up, I don't think we've got a line going to Hull. I'm not too sure. I can't remember if I did or not, but Lancaster, Carlisle, and up into Scotland we're not yet doing, nor are we connected over into Netherlands or Denmark yet. But I think the focus will be is try and get Birmingham back, try and get this hub, which then hopefully means I then get the lines on it. Now, to buy it out is 16 million, expensive, but I've got to build back the trust, which I've got to get it up to 55%, which looking at where they want to go, I've just got to make sure that I kind of get these areas sorted, and then we're Gucci, boys. We're Gucci. We're going to be on it, mate. So, all I'm going to say is, hope you did enjoy this. Please smash the like button down below, and until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.